Hey, this is Tiqqle, and in this video, we're talking about 9.1, which is coming up very soon. We're going to be talking about some of the changes specifically for Enhanced Shaman. I'll have other videos about other Shaman specs like Ellie, Resto. We'll be talking some PvE, some PvP. I'll also have the Icy Veins PvP guides updated right after the patch launches. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the changes. You can find the link down in the description. And while you're down there, hit that like and that sub button. Now, here's the deal. Enhanced Shaman. Where were they in Season 1 Shadowlands? Well, the thing is, they were kind of middle of the road in the raid. They were kind of in a niche spot in PvP. But strong. But strong. Now, why were they strong in PvP? They were strong in PvP, and this will mainly be about PvP today for Enhanced. They were strong in PvP for two reasons. Maybe three. 2 or 3 reasons. Number one, Doom Winds. They're legendary on the helmet that would make their Wind Furies proc 100% from their Wind Fury procking abilities. Storm Strike, Crash Lightning, Sunder. And that made us do huge damage every 1 minute. Exactly. for 12 seconds. Now, this is very predictable, and people did learn how to counter us. But that's okay. Then, we also had super good hybrid heals. We had very strong. Now, some people might say they were overpowered. But the fact was this. Enhanced Shaman could only heal 4 times. 4 times, that's it. After 4 times, you're out of mana. You can't heal anymore. And it was particularly strong in just themselves. They could heal their teammates, though, and definitely save them from a go. Now, that's hybrid healing has definitely been a point of contention in the PvP community. Rat Paladins, Enhanced Shamans, Feral Druids, Boomkins, all the hybrids kind of getting some of the focus. Not really Windwalkers, but they're strong in other ways. But Enhanced Shamans were at a focal point of that, particularly because of how strong Healing Surge was on themselves, and because there's conduits that will further amplify it, as well as a PvP talent. Now, what has happened in 9.1 patch? It was actually just released recently. There was a tweet out. Smaxton put out there and kind of clued me in on it. But they basically put out the final notes, which I'll show you here. Again, links down below. Now, it'll go over the changes to Shaman. Let's go ahead and just shoot through it, and then we're going to talk about what it means. Number one, you would expect maybe they did a lot of balancing changes for PvE. Well, lo and behold, not really. They did do a few changes. The global cooldown of Vesper Totem went from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. Okay. Vesper Totem now inherits 10% of the health of the Shaman. Makes it live a little bit longer. And, which is the same health, by the way, that a Healing Stream Totem from a Shaman has. Fixed an issue that prevented Door of Shadows from being cast while moving, while under the effects of Spiritwalker's Grace. Oh, that's actually awesome for Ellie and Resto. But Enhance had some bugs, and big shout out to our one and only Word Up. He has been raising the torch of bugs and throwing it at Blizzard over and over. Number one, Flame Tongue can now trigger from all your hits. It was just previously all offhand only. I don't think this is really much of a change, though, at all, frankly, in terms of DPS output. Fixed an issue that prevented Wind Fury Rank 2 from applying to party members. This is actually big. Wind Fury Rank 1 gives you 10% chance. Wind Fury Rank 2 gives you an additional 10%, so 20% chance for your party members to proc an extra swing. That's actually a really big deal. So that is effectively doubling the benefit to your party members. And again, it is just party members, so PvP and PvE. But that's it. That's where the road ends for Enhancement Shamans in terms of baseline changes. And we don't like that. We don't really like that. While there is this cool weapon that's coming out, which is coming from Painsmith Raznal, which is while you're behind a target, an enemy, their movement speed is impaired or they're suffering from loss of control effects, your attacks have a high chance to cause them to bleed. And there's another weapon, it's kind of quirky weapons out there. While those are pretty cool, I can't take that as a buff to my base class Enhanced Shaman. So that was it for PvE. Let's go to PvP next. There are, of course, additional rows of soulbinds. We have some videos in the YouTube channel about that. We also have some, they see some tweaking happening here with Night Fae. Burr's damage is reduced. That was one big item that a lot of people had as an additional DPS for going Night Fae. Also, some other changes that you can review here yourself, like Mastery Increased, some other things, especially for PvP, like increasing absorptions and increased stamina. But the thing we need to go to is the PvP changes. Now, this 9.1, frankly, for PvPers out there, is a pretty big patch for you. There's a lot of PvP talents that are coming out. And Shamans, rejoice, there's a lot of new stuff. But for Enhance, what's new? Because Frost Mage puts up a freaking Frost Wall. They have Ring of Fire. You have Feral Druids now having Mortal Strike. Their dream has come true. You have Fury Warriors finally getting their day in the sun. 60% Mortal Strike. You have Assassination Rogues now with a Sharpen ability increasing their Mortal Strike effect. What did Enhancement Shaman get? Now remember, most of the things I just talked about were melee, minus the mage. Oh yeah, Ret Paladin has Judgment, dispels someone randomly, can dispel out of line of sight, can dispel polymorphs on your teammates. Pretty baller. The change, and yeah, a lot of cool changes, but for Enhance, what has changed? Well, let's go ahead and go through it right now. Some of it will apply to the other Shaman specs. I'll try to do a different video on that, because I want this to be very focused. Enhanced Shaman, PvP, what's the deal? And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Why? Because the PvP, the Enhanced Shamans, most Enhanced Shamans have been calling for a few things. They've been saying, dude, we need another defensive. We need a strong defensive. We need a way to maybe live against a rogue, right? And Blizzard just won't do it. They just won't do it. And I gotta say, there's a lot of people. I want to know what you thought. We'll go over it, but what you thought Enhancement Shaman needed, because I feel like we weren't listened to in that regard. Shamanistic Rage gives mana back when hit, can use it in a stun, damage reduction. Why was that not brought into the game? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And guess what? Spoiler, it's not here. What we did get is this. All Shamans got a new PvP talent, Unleash Shield, consuming your active elemental shield. Unleashing it on your target. Lightning Shield knocks them away, which could be used as an interrupt. Earth Shield roots the target, 3 seconds. Water Shield, which Enhance won't have, because Enhanced Shamans do not have Water Shield. I don't think I'm even on Enhanced spec right now, but unfortunately, they don't have Water Shield. I wish they did, because like TBC, Water Shield was actually really cool and a great way to get mana back. That would be a really good compensating benefit, right? So if I look through here, no Water Shield. If I look through here, no Water Shield. I wish there was. That would be a really cool change, Blizzard. If you're still making changes, please. But anyway, so it has some effects, and honestly, the main benefit from this, frankly, in my opinion, Ellie benefits the most. Rooting, knockbacks, Water Shield also, basically making a healing and damage reduction by 40%. Huge for Resto Shaman. Resto Shaman's looking dope. They removed Purifying Waters, okay. But for PvP for Enhance, what we saw across the entire PTR experience, we did not see a single thing come out for Enhancement Shamans. Blizzard, I love you. I played your game for a long time. But you took the things that you gave to Ellie and you just copy-pasted it and gave it to Enhance. Dude. Enhancement Shaman, I feel like, are some of the most beat-up, stubborn mother truckers in World of Warcraft. You guys holding strong. I can feel it. But I got to tell you, I'm pretty disappointed. Because what we got for Enhance are the same things that Ellie got. And Ellie wears it so much better. Just wears it so much better. Number one, we got Static Field Totem. This is where you put the totem down. It puts out a pulse. That pulse, you've seen it. You've seen me use it before. Let's go ahead and quickly do it before the server restarts here. You put it down, and people can run into it, but they can't run out of it. It'll stop them even if they're bubbled. Like, okay, that's pretty decent. Okay. You also have another one called Season Winds. Season Winds, interrupting a spell with Wind Shear, which is on a 12-second cooldown, increases your resistance decreases the damage taken by that spell for 12 seconds. Might seem really good. It's not bad. It's kind of defensive-y, but it doesn't defend us against the things we're having massive problems with. I mean, we have Grounding Totem. We have a 12-second interrupt. We're doing pretty good against casters, relatively speaking. Maybe we're the full counter now, but I don't really think so. Maybe, but I don't really think so. Maybe because maybe it's because we're going to use Frost Witch and we're going to use Ellie Blast and we're going to have to be in a ranged melee. It's going to be weird. But anyway, that's it. Those things were originally given to Ellie, and then they were spread out across some of the other Shaman specs. They did say they fixed an issue with Ride the Lightning breaking crowd control. That's nice. Doesn't give us damage, doesn't really do anything. Fixes a bug. Now here's the part that is going to make you sad, because as I said, there's only a few things that Ellie Enhanced Shaman has. And this is exactly what happened in BFA, dude. In BFA, Enhancement Shaman, Season 1, incredible. Dominating. Then they were reworked. Their healing was nerfed. Their mana was crapped on. And once again, Shadowlands Season 1, we see healing surge reduced by 12% in PvP. We see, this is the big one. This is the one that bothers me. Mana regeneration reduced by 22% in PvP. This does not make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You want to know why? Because I'm not even going to compare it to other classes right now. I'll compare it to just its other spec. Ellie can spam purge for days. It's not a big deal. I don't know why. But enhancement shaman, you purge 3. Okay, sure, maybe not. But you use mana for other things as enhance. Ellie, you don't use it for shit. You can, as in PvP situations, Ellies can spam purge all day. It's awesome. And Ellies have some really cool shit coming up. We'll talk about that later. But, dude, enhancement shamans, the way that it works in PvP is they could only ever get hybrid heals off 4 times. And that's only, and they could only ever spam them twice. You could only get 2 heals off instantly. Which, of course, that's good, right? Kinda. So you can only do that twice, and they were big heals. Decently big heals, okay? But, dude, you can only do that twice, and then your mana never comes back. The mana regen is already garbage. It's not good. And it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It would have made more sense in my mind if they were to have included Water Shield and increased the cost of Healing Surge. That would have made way more sense than decreasing the mana regen. No offense to my Ret Paladin friends out there, but Ret Paladins don't even use mana to heal. Word of Glory, first of all, heals for more than Healing Surge by a long shot, by at least 30% more. And sure, Word of Glory was nerfed, the healing when you take a particular talent, by 20%. It was 70% effective. Now it's 50% effective. It went down from 70 to 50. That's with the 20% reduction of that benefit, or that reduction. But, dude, that's not that big of a deal. The Ret Paladins are going to be fine. Why? Because they can spam it forever. It doesn't cost mana, basically. No offense. I'm not trying to blaze the Ret Paladins. I'm just saying that there's a definite an issue here. And it's enhanced getting pooped on, man. I'm really concerned. I want to go up to Druid real quick. Because Feral Druids, similarly, dudes, Feral Druids have insane healing. They also have insane healing. But, again, regrowth, healing reduction by 15%. Okay. But, again, mana's fine. Mana regeneration. The mana regeneration just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm really concerned because this is the only reason why Enhanced Shaman stayed alive. They don't have things that are damage reduction other than Astral Shift. They don't have a secondary defensive. Feral Druids, for example, a hybrid, has Bark Skin, has Bear Form, has Frenzy Regeneration, has whatever that self-heal pop is. I mean, they have a lot of options. They can Swift Mend themselves. Ret Paladins have they have a lesser toolkit, honestly. Enhanced and Red are a little bit closer. But I'm just disappointed, and I'm a little bit, let down. I was going to play in Ellie as my primary spec this patch, mainly because I played so much of Enhanced last patch when I got Glad. But I'm just dude, this was the chance, dude. There's so many cool things that could be done with Enhanced. The lore of Shamans is so deep. Thrall. I mean, but alas, we don't get those. I got to say, I'm really, really worried about enhancing PvP. Some people are going to say, dude, be quiet, it's okay. Unless the mastery scaling and this whole factor here, unless mastery scaling, somehow we get more tanky without another defensive. And mastery scaling, and why am I saying that? For Ellie Blast, using Frost Switch, not just going into Doomwinds. Unless that does have enough value with the secondary stat scaling, Enhances is not going to be good. It's not going to be good for PvP. PvE, I actually think that we're going to be stable in the middle tier, and we're going to be required for raids now if our Wind Fury Totem is beneficial for our group now, that it is not just 10% chance, it's 20% chance. That's dope. But I got to say, when I'm looking at the big picture for PvP, I see Enhancement Shamans didn't really get a whole lot. They got nerfed. It was one of the few ways that keep us alive, and we already have a tough enough time doing that. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of other cooler stuff out there. Between Feral Druids, they're going to be king of the jungle. You got freaking Tarzan, who's freaking Fury Warriors are going to leap and smash everyone to bits and reduce the healing. So I got to be honest with you. This is a feedback for Blizzard. Is I'm pretty disappointed. I really think Enhancement Shaman spec is going to be down in the minimally played. It's already minimally played. It's going to be the least meta. And I'm really worried about that. Unless there's some damage scaling after raid testing, Maybe we need some damage scaling to compensate for the fact we don't have heals anymore. Buff Elemental Blast. I'm going to give you some options, Blizzard. Buff Elemental Blast significantly. Buff Legacy of the Frost Witch. Give us back to that 200% on that Storm Strike. That would be huge. Give us Shamanistic Rage. Please. Make our wolves heal. Like, these are some options, but that's it. If we don't get something to compensate this knock to our defensives, when our defensives are already so poor, particularly in stuns, we're in big trouble. So with that being said, guys, I don't mean to be negative. I'm always positive, and I am positive. I'm still going to have fun in WoW. I'm still going to have fun. I'm going to play a lot of Ellie, but I'm still going to play Enhanced. We're still going to try out the builds. We're still going to see if Master can bring us to the top, and we can succeed. And no matter what, you can do decently. I just don't want us to work so hard. I want it to be Enhance's time to shine, and maybe the first maybe Season 1 was their attempt to do so, but not quite. Not quite. We shredded a bit. I want to shred every season, or at least be a contender to do so. With that being said, guys, I'll put this link down in the description. If there's anything else you think that Blizzard should add, put it down in the comments, or join our Discord, put it in the suggestions channel. And we'll see you on stream every day, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully getting back to your usual schedule pretty soon. But guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great summer. And 9.1 is going to be good. But, man, if you're going to play a different character, I hope you don't leave. Please stick around. See you guys later. See you in the next one. Take care.